I was painting from reality, and I asked my friends to pose for me. So you have real humans touching the sculptures. For example, do you see an arm pointing up on the lower bottom? And it's touching the hands of the exiled. The images are very abstracted. You see them much better in reality again. Difficult to photograph. The paintings are blurry on purpose. I want to create obscure images that force you to really observe, to try to understand what's there. So I avoided anything that was obvious. And while I was painting, I was using that very pretty watercolor technique that you saw on the other image. While I was painting, the wind came, there was a gust of wind, and suddenly my 2 meter by 2 meter canvas flew with the wind, and it dripped. And I was furious. I was like, ah! And then I look at the drips, and then I thought, ah. And I started creating the whole image with dripping. It's like weaving. It's like making a carpet, actually. All of the lines were created by dripping. I would put paint at the top and let it run down to the bottom. That dripping not only creates a curtain that separates you from the exiled, because I wanted the exiled to look very lonely. That curtain separates the public. It also makes you look lonely. Visually, you don't enter the painting. You are rejected by the image. There is a curtain. But also it reminds me of rain, and it reminds me of tears. You could have many associations of ideas.